Mitt was born in Sydney on the 24th of March 1952. This was saved from Mitt's cot in the hospital and gives all the details of her birth. Captain Neil Brodie was captain of a merchant ship, and the Reverend Dilmackie was moderator of the Presbyterian General Assembly of New South Wales. They were Mitt's Brodie great-grandfathers. Mitt's grandparents were Dr. Alexander Brodie, a doctor of dentistry, and Mrs. Ellen Brodie. W.G.A. Fitzharding was Mitt's maternal great-great-grandfather, and with his wife and two children arrived in Sydney in 1838 on the ship James Patterson. Mitt's maternal great-grandparents were Craven Hyde Fitzharding and his second wife Ada. He was the fifth son of W.G.A. Fitzharding and was a solicitor in Dubbo. Mitt's other maternal great-grandparents were Alexander Binning Walker, who was born at Berrimah in 1847, and his second wife Emily. In 1870, as Constable Walker of the New South Wales Police, he apprehended and shot Thunderbolt, a notorious bushranger in northern New South Wales. He was awarded the Police Medal for Bravery, which is now in the Police Museum in Sydney, and he retired as Inspector of Police. Mitt's maternal grandparents were Cedric Fitzharding and his wife Gladys. Mitt's parents, Arthur and June, had three children: Sandy the eldest, Keith 2 years younger, and Elizabeth Mitt, nearly 2 years younger than Keith. Arthur served in World War II. He enlisted in the AIF in Sydney on the 23rd of May 1941. His army number was NX 19429. He was posted to signals. He embarked for the Middle East and the Queen Mary on the 3rd of September 1941. Served with the Signals 9th Australian Division in Palestine, Syria, Lebanon and Egypt. Hospitalised back to Australia on the 21st of the 1st, 1943. He served on the East Coast till he was medically discharged on the 12th of September 1945. Mitt with her mother at her first home, Kingsway, DY. The studio photo, aged about 2. Mitt and her brother Keith at their kindergarten, which was run by her godmother Topsy Harris. Again at the kindergarten with her brother Keith at a Christmas party. Mitt started at Skeggs Darlinghurst before we moved to Perth. Mitt with her horse Cass, kept near her home in Woodlands, Western Australia. Mitt also learnt ballroom dancing while in Perth, and this is during an exam for a gold medal. Mitt was a keen member of Rotaract when we returned to Sydney, and then switched to the 28 Club, of which she is still a member. Mitt is training Bop Girl to become used to a certain noise, as she had earlier been thrown by Bop Girl when spooked by it. Mitt cantering on Bop Girl. Mitt celebrating her 50th birthday with her 3 nephews, Christopher, Matthew and Sam. Mitt on a whale watching tour with the 28 Club. Mitt has reached the top of Sydney Harbour Bridge. Mitt on the right with her mother and sister Sandy on the left on a very cold day at Manly Beach. Mitt dressed as a witch for her Uncle Gordon's 90th birthday party, which was held on October the 31st, 2004. It was Halloween Day. Second last dive of Mitt's open water certification. Mitt and her father at the original Brodie home at Cheltenham the day it was auctioned, unfortunately no longer in the Brodie possession. Mitt took up scuba diving when in her early 50s and thoroughly enjoys the diving and the company. This is her 100th dive done at Shelley Beach on the motorbike, which lies at about 12 metres.